Kandi Burris and Money Long talk about spending time with Beyonce and splitting writing credits.
I actually had. I danced with her one time, and Julius tried to push me down. He did. It was at Mary J's party in New York.
I did 5
Yeah,
songs. That's Child second album. So yes, I worked with her in close proximity.
Was that
Bill's Bugaboo? Hey ladies, who's got to go? And love you and so good. Yeah,
love that song. Wow, give it up for Kandi, y'all. She wrote the soundtrack to our childhood. Who's your favorite co-writer?
Co-writer?
Like producer, songwriter.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I have to give it to Shakespeare. We had a great run together. We wrote a lot of hits together. And I love Focus. Have you ever worked with Focus? It's dope.
No.
So now Focus works a lot with Dr. Dre. But yeah, I mean, a lot of dope producers out there though.
Also, you work with some legendary people. I mean, you're a legend yourself, so I'm still working on it. I'm graduating. I'm on the.
What's your favorite?
Honestly, I don't think that I'm a very good co-writer just because I have to learn how to let other people talk. You know? Because I'm always like, ooh, what about ooh, you know, and a lot of times my energy is very much bulldozer. So I'm either laid back and I just kind of take what my partner is saying and puzzle piece it, or it's all me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As far as that's why I was with producers. I've worked with a majority of producers. I don't collaborate consistently with a lot of writers.
Yeah, I'm not a very good.
I mean, not to say that I won't. But I guess I'm kind of like you. I feel like a majority of the time I'll be more pushy in the situation.
But hey, write this musical together. That's 20 songs, so I write one.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I keep speaking into existence.
Y'all have some comments?
Could you talk about how publishing deals should look for a songwriter? Well, I ain't no lawyer. I can't.
Oh my gosh, publishing deals are way different than they used to be, child. Because back in the day, our publishing deals were based off of songs released on albums. So sometimes
they keep you in the deal forever.
You in the deal forever. One of my deals, I was in it forever because it was people would have these big song commitments. And say for instance, I'm sure you're a 50% writer to whatever, 50 or 100% writer, whatever you write. So say for instance, if we writing with a producer or whatever, he'll get 50% for the track. I'm getting 50% for the lyric and melody or whatever sometimes. So that's not even counted as a full song when it comes out. So I have 2 songs to come out in order for it to be counted as one song released in that contract. So right. If your contract says that you have to have 6 songs released, that means the album has to release, not just that you work with all these people. Those songs actually have to be on an album that is released that year. And if your song is a 6-song commitment, that means you have to have at least 12 songs come out. And I don't know if y'all realize like not really easy to have that many songs drop in a year. I did do that though before. That was when I was really on my grind. I did have a lot of songs one time come out like that particular year where I had a lot of songs drop 1 year, but it's not really easy within a 1 year period to have that many songs drop.
And just break that down further. So a lot of my when we were starting out, a lot of my younger songwriter friends, they'll give 5% on a song, 10%, 20, 15. And what she's saying is when you do a publishing deal, each song is 100%. So if you have a 6, let's say, okay, you only have to turn in 10 songs. They give you $100,000 for 10 songs, right? You think that's a lot of money, and you also think that, oh, that's nothing, 10 songs, but that's 1,000%. If you're getting 10% on a song, imagine how many songs you have to get released, not written, released. So you're never going, by the time you're gonna run out of money before you hit that commission. And you gotta pay lawyer commission, you have to pay your manager commission, you gotta pay taxes. So that 100,000 gonna be about 40,000.
Yes, it's
have to stretch that between
my God.
So it's really the reality of being a songwriter. It's not they give you all these big numbers and these flashy names like, oh, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be the next whoever. But the reality, I used to have to take the fruit out the fruit bowl in the studio and dump it in my backpack. And I used to take toilet paper out the bathroom and put it in my backpack so that I could have food and toilet paper at home. It was bad.
That's tough. And then it's like the other part about it, like, you don't even think about, like, if a song has a sample in it, like, that is a real problem. Well, that's really even tougher because the person who you sampled, they can come back and be like, they want 80% of the song or 50. They how much of the song they want if you didn't clear that ahead of time.
So then that's why you gotta buzz down the remaining 20% between 7 people.
Oh my God. Oh, girl, let me tell you something now. Hold on. I had a writer come up and tell me one time, and he was like, I remember one time you told me long years ago, and they said, and I really respected it. He said that I told him more than 2, I don't do. Meaning, I like to write with more than 1 or 2 other people at the most. I don't like all those random people in my writing sessions because you find 1 or 2, a few of them people, if you got more than that many people in there, a lot of them ain't really writing nothing. They throwing in a word.
And then they want to split it evenly.
Get out of my session with that. You're not coming up in here thinking you finna get 10% and you said or you said Nope.
She preaching right now, y'all. And I say stuff like that. I'm mean. I'm not being fair. But this is real. This is the reality of being a songwriter. Having people just sit in the room and want to bust it down evenly.
Yeah,
I agree. 2, I'm taking that. More than 2, I don't do. And also, where I call it, excuse me if this is not the right terminology, but I feel like when you leave the room and the producer or the songwriter does things to the song without checking with you, I call that sing the song. Because it's a violation. You're violating me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel good. I don't like that. Don't my song. Talk to me first.
No, this is the worst. I had this happen to me before. So one time, and I'm not going to tell y'all what song it was because I don't even want nobody to come back and try to figure none of this out. But one time I had rolled with this production crew one time, a long time ago. And the session went good, but I had to leave, right? And I think the only thing that I didn't finish was probably a little bit of something on the bridge or something like that. Barely nothing, right? So I think, honestly, I finished that, to be honest with you. This was, anyway, a year later, 2 years later, they ended up placing the song on an artist, right? Then they came back telling me that I was only getting like 5 or 10% of the song, because they said that I left and they didn't really keep what I wrote on the song. They ended up changing the song and whatever. And I was like, yeah, nah. I was like, I definitely believe I wrote all of that. Like, they was like, no, you left and this, and that. But it was so funny because I didn't want to, you know how you can't, it's like a year later, 2 years later, y'all didn't do the split sheet at the time. So, you know, you can't really, it's hard to argue the points. I only ended up with like 10% of the song. Maybe like 6 months later, I find my notepad. All the words that the person said on the song is in my notepad. See, please explain to me how I left and you changed it, but all that stuff is right here.
You know, I used to I had that happen to me several times, and I used to argue it down to the ground. But then I came up with, in my mind, I don't fight over crumbs, you know, because I can do it again. And though it's not right for people to take advantage of you, they must have really, really needed it bad enough to take advantage and lie. So I just let them have it. And most of the time, although I have gotten taken advantage of more times than really you shouldn't, zero. But I've definitely gotten taken advantage of my fair share, more than, you know, my 10 fingers. And those people are nowhere to be found. To this day, that was their biggest thing. That was their only thing. I am still continuing. So, you know, I think that's the other thing too. Like the last thing I'll say, just around the lows of the industry, because, you know, we like to talk about and focus on where we're going, and we don't like to continue to talk about negativity, because what you focus on, you attract. So last thing I'll say about that is that, you know, this is the reality, that in order to really be successful, you got to take a few licks on the chin. You do. You know, it's, I guess what people would say, paying your dues. A lot of people won't make it that far because they get hit one time and quit. You know,
sure.
You can't do that. If you really want to be successful, you got to keep getting back up when you get hit in the jaw. Sometimes it hurt. It hurt.
Thanks for tuning in to 9 Mag TV.